Overthinking doesn't solve problems. It only creates new ones. But the good thing about it is when you're challenged is when you actually decide to change. So when your brain gets really overwhelmed, here's some things that can actually help you get through that and push through those walls. Here's how I see overthinking. Imagine sitting in a squat. How long could you sit there? Right? As you're sitting, you're in pain, you're fatigued, your mind's telling you to keep going, keep pushing, but then all of a sudden you stand up to get the relief. That's the way I think of overthinking. If you're going to sit there and just overthink constantly, you have to create an action and stand up to relieve the pain. And what do I mean by that? If you're going to sit there and play pinball in your head on what you should do to stop overthinking, you're going to continue to overthink. You're going to have to do something called the 5-inch to 32-inch rule. You have 5 inches between your brain and you have 32 inches from mind to paper. Write it down. So here's some things I want you guys to go through if you do overthink and how to overcome that. Number 1, call it like you see it. Just like you do everything else. It's a lot easier to judge someone else's life than it is yourself. If you're overthinking, stop. And literally out loud go, why am I overthinking? And just stop what you're doing for a second and write it down. But the best part about it is that you're finally aware that you are overthinking. And sometimes you need a little wake-up call. And then breathe. Number 2, the rule of 5. Is this going to matter in 5 minutes? Is this going to matter in 5 months? And the big one, is it going to matter in 5 years? Don't waste emotion on something that isn't going to happen. We live in fear, and most of those fears are never going to happen. But what we've done is we've created 80% negative and 20% positive. But the good thing about that is you're aware. You're aware that stuff can happen. You're aware that problems can happen. But you have to flip it to 80-20 and go 80% positive and 20% negative to find the solution. The most successful people I know do not focus on the problem. They focus on the solution. They call that the 98 and 2. 98 solution and 2% problem. Stop wasting your time on things that aren't actually happening and quit draining yourself by overthinking. Number 3, go outside. This happened to me today. I've been super stressed. I've had some anxiety. I couldn't figure out why. And I was like, I need to go get vitamin D to my head. I need to go separate. I need to get off my phone. I need to get off social media. I need to quit checking these things. So I went for a walk today. And then I asked the 5 rule of why. Why am I bothered by this? Where's my anxiety coming from? Why am I overthinking? And once you have that reason, just keep asking why over and over and over for 5 times, and you'll finally get your result, which will help you stop overthinking. Get up, go outside, do some physical activity, go to the gym, walk outside, whatever it is that makes you happy and calm down, find it. Number 4, brain dump everything. This has helped me sleep. This has helped me calm down. This has helped me in business. And it's helped me develop space so that I can think again, because I have things moving on so fast that I don't really have time to stop and think. I get super overwhelmed. And how do I get out of it? I do a brain dump. I think about my clients. I think about our leads. I think about our problems. I think about our to-dos. I literally throw everything on a blackboard so that I have nothing else in my head, because I've realized I can't keep it all in my head, and I end up playing pinball. And then what happens is I get super stressed, I get a lot of anxiety, and then I bring that out on other people, and that's not fair. I need to be able to manage how I feel. I need to collect my emotions and make sure I'm careful the way that I communicate with people around me. Make sure you brain dump. Go from 5-inch to 32-inch by brain to paper, board, whatever works for you to get you a clear mind and stop overthinking. No one wants to live there and no one wants to be there. But every single person has to open a bunch of different doors to figure out which one makes the most sense for you. Here's my final thoughts. Your emotions don't control you. You control you. But it takes a lot of time and challenges in order to figure out which door you need to sprint through. I've had to open up so many doors to figure out how to get at anxiety, how to heal some triggers. Why do I get defensive? Why am I overthinking? Start asking yourself why, give yourself a brain dump, and then have some results with action. That's how you stop overthinking. Control your mind, control your life. I hope this helps. I've been an overthinker my whole life. I still am. I overanalyze everything. But these things have really helped me expand my mind, control my emotions, and go from idea to actions. So if this is helpful, drop down a number of which one of those helped you the most, and let's see what we can come up with and stop overthinking. I hope this really helped, and y'all have a blessed day. God woke us up today. Go make the best of it.